Everyone treats summer like it owes you happiness. Long days, pool parties, your best life on a loop. So what does it mean when you feel worse? The summer blues are real. It's why summer is one of the busiest stretches of the year for people starting therapy. Therapy is not only for when you're in crisis. Grow therapy is for all the moments when you decide you want more. More support, more clarity, more tools. Mental health isn't a destination you reach. It's something you build, and Grow makes that easier. Grow connects you with thousands of high-quality licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions, nights and weekends. You can search by what matters, like insurance, specialty, identity, or availability, and get started in as little as 2 days. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Grow helps you find therapy on your time. The therapist you want takes your insurance on Grow. Grow accepts over 125 insurance plans. Sessions average $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/booknow today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/booknow. growtherapy.com/booknow. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Hi, my name is Nikki, and I'm the daughter of a murdered woman. Welcome back to Papi Killed Mommy. Before we get started, I need to warn you. This podcast contains discussions of domestic violence, homicide, and other potentially distressing topics. The individual mentioned is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Listener discretion is advised. Last episode, I introduced my mother to you and the world, Stephanie Marie Wasilishin, who liked to be called Stacy, who died during a domestic violence altercation with her boyfriend while I was sleeping. Her death was ruled a homicide by the Maricopa County Medical Examiner's Office, and not only that, the medical examiner found evidence her hands were up in defense when she was shot. Her boyfriend, Russell Peterson, or just Russell in this story, admits on the 911 call that he might be responsible. A witness, his 3-year-old daughter, who tells police again and again, Papi killed mommy. Despite all these facts, no charges were ever pressed against him. After 28 years, my curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to investigate my mother's death and the events leading up to it. So today I'm taking you back to July 8th, 1993, my mother's last day. For storytelling purposes, I'll call her by her chosen nickname, Stacy. Breaking down the timeline from the last day of my mother's life. July 8th started at 11:30 a.m. when Stacy and Russell got up for work. They both worked at Pietro's, an Italian restaurant in Sedona, Arizona. According to the case file, Russell said, "We woke up, we had some coffee, we went to work around 12 to 12:30 p.m. Multiple reports in the case file from coworkers all stressed the fact Stacy was not having a good day that day. One was Susie Corbett, a coworker who spoke to Stacy several times. She said Stacy was upset because Russell was working too much and not paying attention to her or the children. Susie also said Stacy was stressed over money and Russell's upcoming trip, which I'll explain later in more detail. Susie had made plans to get off work and visit Stacy's house. After that, she was going to take the 2 kids to her home for the night, but couldn't because another employee went home early. Another coworker, Kate Ellen Gant, told investigators she was very close with Stacy and thought of her like a sister. Over the past year and a half, Stacy had confided in her about her problems. Kay said Stacy was upset because Russell seemed married to his work and wasn't paying enough attention to her. From what I can find in the case file, Catherine Dindler was the last one to see Stacy in person. She told police Stacy was upset and not having a good day. Catherine last saw Stacy on Thursday, July 8, 1993, between 5:30 and 5:45 p.m. in the parking lot of Pietro's just before her shift. This last conversation with Catherine happened during that 15-minute window outside the restaurant. After that, Stacy got into her tan Nissan truck and drove home to the house on Coffee Pot Drive, arriving home around 6 p.m. From 6 to 7:42 p.m., Stacy's activities are unknown. In my police interview, I'm quoted as saying, "My sister and I watched TV and played hide and seek until Mom got angry and sent us to our rooms because she was on the phone." I also told the police my mom and Russell seemed to argue about his working too much and that he didn't spend enough time with the family. Mom was also upset about the money Russell was spending going to cooking school. The police asked if Russell drank a lot. I answered, "He might at work. When Russell drinks too much, he just bumps into things." After studying the phone bill from that night, Stacy's movements become clear. At 7:42 p.m., Stacy called her sister Wendy in El Cajon, California. The call lasted 24 minutes. Wendy told police Stacy was not in a good mood. The case file also said Stacy hadn't had sex in 7 months and had arranged for the kids to be gone so she and Russell could be alone that evening. Those plans fell through when Susie Corbett had to stay at work. The call with Wendy ended at 8:06 p.m. Within the same minute of hanging up with Wendy, Stacy called her ex, Craig Daly, my father, at 8:06 p.m. This call lasts 107 minutes, 1 hour and 47 minutes. Stacy and Craig didn't talk every night, and if they did, it was usually quick and about money or visits with me. This phone call was different. Stacy was upset and drunk. Craig's longtime girlfriend had just moved out, and he was sitting alone in an empty house when Stacy called. The conversation with my dad, Craig, ended around 9:53 p.m. Wendy called Stacy back at 10:30 p.m., around 37 minutes after Stacy got off the phone with my dad, Craig. Wendy spoke with Stacy for about 35 minutes. Then, in this second phone call, Stacy's attitude was different. In the case file, Wendy reports Stacy as happy. Just after that second phone call with Aunt Wendy, a little after 11 p.m., I walked up to my mom to say goodnight for the last time. The house in Sedona had an unusual floor plan. Mom arranged the front room with a floating couch so she could watch TV and look out the big picture window because the red rocks were absolutely gorgeous. This let me come up behind her and give her a backward neck hug and a kiss on the cheek. She asked if I brushed my teeth or walked the dog. I knew she'd been drinking, so I gambled and I lied. Mom didn't get up to check. That's when I turned and walked away. In my head, I was scheming about lying and getting away with it. I walked through the living room, into the kitchen, into the laundry room hallway, and turned left. That's where I found my 3 steps to go down to my bedroom, which was a converted garage at basement level. Several minutes later, I heard Russell come home from work. That's the last thing I remember of July 8th, 1993. So I was able to obtain the audio files from Russell Peterson's interrogations with the Sedona Police Department in 1993. What you're going to hear next is bits and snippets of his first interrogation with Sedona Police Department just hours after my mother's death. I'm going to do my best to tell his story through his words. What I can't fit in, I'll definitely fill in myself. Russell told police he left work around 11 p.m. His coworker Susie Corbett and her boyfriend gave him a ride home.
I got a ride home from Susie. I get home. I give Steffi a little kiss. She's sitting on the couch. I have a bottle of wine. I had a bottle of Jordan Cabernet.
He said he got home between 11:15 and 11:30 p.m. At around 11:20, another outgoing call from our home was placed to my dad, Craig, in Phoenix. It lasted 1 minute and cost 16 seconds. When I interviewed Dad, he said he didn't remember the phone ringing or taking that second call. It's been widely speculated who made that call, my mother or Russell, just after he got home. Russell told investigators that after arriving home, he kissed Stephanie and offered a bottle of Jordan Cabernet to share. According to him, Stacy told him, "You stink, go take a shower." So he did.
So I go into the shower. At this time, we're talking about 11:15, 11:30. Okay. I'm sitting next to her on the couch. I open the bottle of wine. She has a glass. I have a glass. We drink it, and there becomes a confrontation.
After his shower, they sat on the couch and talked. My mom brought up the nearly 2-hour phone call she had with my dad.
So she tells me that she talked with him for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever it was, and had a nice conversation with him. Fine and dandy, no big deal. It becomes a little confrontational on your part, on her part. I don't know why. You know what it is? I was accepted. I was the 9th or 10th accepted to go to Cornell University, which we can go to my house right now. I can show you my plane tickets, my agenda. I'm going there for a taste of the cordon bleu. I get a call back. Russell, you've been accepted. I won't say it's created a confrontation, but it's been like I just thought, why you, why not me? Okay, let's go. I'll back up to, all right, you come out of the shower. I come out of the shower. We're sitting there, step by step. We talk. Okay. She's on the left-hand side. I'm in the center of the house. We're talking. It becomes a little heated, but nothing that a relationship hasn't happened in the past. So I didn't think anything of it. I've had this 44 Magnum that my father gave to me as a gift for over 2.5 years. It sits up in the closet. It's been loaded and it's been sitting up there. Because it's completely loaded. It was completely loaded. Okay. With hollow point Bonacci Italian bullets in it. And she goes into the bed. She goes into the bedroom, and she comes back out. She has the gun in her hand, and she cocks it back. And she goes, "Russell, I'm going to shoot you." Then I put my hands up. I said, "You asked that? Why? What are we talking about here?"
He said Stacy went to the bedroom. When she came back out, she had a gun in her hand. She cocked it and said, "Russell, I'm going to shoot you." And then she fired. I want to remind my listeners that if this version of events is in fact true, then my mother is pointing a gun towards her daughter's bedroom, my bedroom, and is firing off these shots, which is just completely unlikely. But I'll continue on with the story.
I get off the couch and I am following her into the hallway, into the bedroom. Okay. And we're talking. She is standing right in front of the closets. I grabbed her hands and we struggle a little bit. And the next thing I know, it went off and she dropped.
Russell said, "She came out and she fired at me. I sat on the couch for a minute, then followed her into the bedroom." I'm going to interrupt here again. Why would anyone follow somebody with a loaded gun who just shot at them? But that's what he said happened. In the bedroom, he said, "We struggled a little, and the next thing I know, it went off and she dropped."
I looked at her and I didn't believe what happened. I did not believe what happened. And I panicked. I looked. I saw down the hallway. I went into the bathroom. I came back out. And I thought, she's going to be up. No, she was not up. She was not up. And that's when I called 911.
He said, "I panicked. I went into the bathroom, came back out, and thought, she's going to be up." Well, she wasn't. That's when he called 911. Well, that's not entirely true. The 911 call was logged at 1:40 a.m. on July 9th. But I must confess I have a bomb to drop on you here. There was another call before he called 911. At 1:36 a.m., 4 minutes before Russell called 911, he calls someone else. The case file has a list of everyone involved and their phone numbers and addresses. I have a redacted copy, but my Aunt Wendy had an unredacted copy. She found out Russell called his father, Kenneth Peterson, in Glendale, Arizona. The call lasted 1 minute and cost 16 cents. Russell called his dad before calling 911. This call was never investigated by the Sedona Police Department or the Yavapai County Attorney's Office. Russell never mentioned this call to investigators. At least 3 minutes passed between the call with his dad and 911. What happened in those 3 minutes? This has been widely speculated.
You know what's wild? Most people are still overpaying for car insurance just because it's a pain to switch. That's why there's Jerry. Jerry's the only app that compares rates from over 50 insurers in minutes and helps you switch fast with no spam calls or hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Before you renew your car insurance policy, do yourself a favor. Download the Jerry app or head to jerry.ai/Libsyn. That's JERRY.ai/LIBSYN.
911, what's your emergency?
I need help.
What kind of help, sir?
There has been a very bad accident in Sedona.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how many vehicles?
No, there's no vehicles. Me and my wife, we were in an argument, and she's hurt. She's hurt very bad. I need help.
Okay, what's wrong with her?
She's been shot.
She was shot?
Yes.
Who shot her?
We were...
You don't know who shot her?
She might have shot herself.
Okay, how old is she?
She's 31 years old, 32.
32?
Yes.
And where is she at right now?
She's in our bedroom.
Okay, is that a house or is that a company?
It's a house.
Okay. And is she conscious?
No.
She's unconscious?
Yes.
Is she breathing?
No, it doesn't look like she's breathing.
Okay, stay on the line. I'm going to connect the PD to you, and I'm going to get the paramedics going, okay?
She needs help.
What is your name?
My name is Russell Peterson.
Do you know how to do CPR?
No, I don't.
Okay, stay on the line with me. Just a moment.
Okay.
Mr. Peterson, where is she shot?
It looks like she's been shot in the neck or the chest.
In the neck or the chest?
Yes.
Okay, we had a fight in progress, a dispute, husband-wife dispute. The wife is shot in either the chest or the neck, unconscious. Okay, and who are you?
I'm Russell Peterson.
Okay, are you involved in this?
Yes, I am. We had a little bit of an argument, and it went kind of back and forth, and it just kind of went off.
Okay, Russell, I want you to stay on the phone with me, all right?
Okay.
Medic 41, Ambulance 11, Channel 1, EMS assignment. 32-year-old female, gunshot wound to either the chest or the neck. Location will be the Spaghetti Western Incorporated.
No, she's inside the house.
Spaghetti Western Incorporated. All units stage until Sedona PD is on scene. Okay. How did she get shot, Russ? Medic 41, Ambulance 11, Channel 1, 0145.
Or did you fight over the gun?
No, we had a little bit of an argument, and then she came, and she came in and she shot one time at me with a gun, and it went off.
Medic 41, Ambulance 11, Channel 1, EMS assignment, 32 days, gunshot wound, happy pop drive. I was calling person on stage. Sedona PD is on scene. Medic 41, Ambulance 11, Channel 1.
Okay, Russell?
Yes.
Don't hang up, all right? I need you to answer another line real quick.
No, I will
Don't
not
hang up.
Mr. Peterson, I'm still with you. Where is she from where you are right now?
She's
So there,
running
Russell?
right in front of me.
Are you the only one there?
I've got my daughter right here.
Okay. We need to verify if she is conscious.
No.
Can she respond to you?
Just
Is she breathing?
no.
Okay.
She's very first, just as broken.
Okay. What I want you to do, we need to start CPR.
Mhm.
Okay. Can your daughter do CPR? How old is she?
She's 3 years old.
Okay. Then you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to be listening to me on the phone and trying to do it. Okay.
I'm listening to you.
Okay. Can you get the phone near her?
Mhm.
Okay. 451 Alarm to responding personnel. Be advised, patient is unconscious, not breathing. We're starting CPR instruction. Okay, what I want you to do is open her airway. To do that, you need to put one hand under the neck, one hand on the forehead, lift up with one on the under the neck, and push down with one on the forehead. So her head is tilted way back like she's sniffing.
Okay, 1 second. No, she needs help.
I know.
Yeah.
And you're good. Okay,
We need help real bad.
okay. They are coming, but I need for you to do this for me, okay? Okay, is her head tilted back? Mr. Peterson? Is it tilted?
listening.
Okay, is it tilted back?
I'm trying.
Okay. If her head is tilted back, then what I need for you to do is pinch her neck.
There's too much stuff around.
What do you mean there's too much stuff around?
There's a lot of stuff.
Is it coming out of the mouth?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out everywhere.
Okay. Is it coming out of the mouth? If so, we need to clear it out.
Okay, let me try. Please go into the bedroom.
Do we know if the door's unlocked so we can get
Okay,
in?
I'm trying. I'm so on the line.
Mr. Peterson, is the door unlocked?
Okay, I've got her.
Is your door unlocked, sir?
My front door?
Yes.
I'm gonna get it unlocked. No, the people are here.
Okay, that'll be
Yes,
the
I need
officers.
help.
Okay, that'll be officers.
They're here. The officers are here. I need help. That's my daughter. 15 years, okay? Yeah. She's 4 years old. She's gonna be 4 August 11th. 4.
Mr. Peterson?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
They will go ahead and take over this for you, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so then we're done.
You can
Go ahead and talk to the officers.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
It took 7 minutes for Sedona PD to arrive. It is now 1:47 on July 9th, 1993. Officer Brooks, Zanet, and Sergeant Stinson arrived at roughly the same time. You can hear their arrival in the 911 call. When they got there, the screen door was unlocked and the front door was slightly open. The officers called out for anyone inside. That's when they saw Russell come out of the short hallway near the master bedroom. Russell was still holding a cordless phone in his blood-covered right hand, pressed to his ear, talking to the 911 dispatcher. He led officers to the master bedroom where they found a body of a white female victim. Officer Brooks' report says, Miss Wasilishin was laying on the floor at the north end of the bedroom near the closet. She was wearing a green nightshirt and had a large caliber gunshot wound to the upper left side of her throat and a large quantity of blood near the right side of her head. This part of the report is shocking. Officer Brooks says, I also immediately noticed a very young girl on the bed saying, "That's my mommy." I requested Officer Zanet remove the child from the room and watch Mr. Peterson, which he did. Sergeant Stinson and Officer Brooks tried to find a pulse on Stacy with negative results. They noted Miss Wasilishin's pupils were fixed and dilated. A paramedic from the Sedona Fire Department arrived next. At 1:55 a.m. on July 9, 1993, the paramedic declared Stacy dead on arrival. Around 2 a.m., Officer Brooks verbally notified Russell of Stacy's death. He did not tell the children. Russell explained that when he came home, Stacy had been drinking and had had an extended phone conversation with my dad, Craig, her ex.
So she tells me that she talked with him for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever it was, and had a nice conversation with him. Fine and dandy, no big deal. It becomes a little confrontational.
This was the first time in the case file that a phone call between my parents is mentioned. At around the same time, 2 a.m., Russell told Officer Zanet there's another girl asleep in the house. Officer Zanet went to my bedroom in the garage to wake me. He couldn't find the light switch, so he turned his flashlight on and shone it in my face, waking me and terrifying me. He told me to get up, get dressed. He said, your mom and her boyfriend got into a fight. Your mom is at a friend's house. Officer Zanet led me up the 3 stairs, through the hallway, into the kitchen, into the living room. There I saw Russell sitting on the couch, rocking and talking fast. Officers stood all around him. I vaguely remember a dark substance on his hands, what I can now only assume is my mother's blood. The officer tried to block my view, but I stared at Russell's back for a few seconds before being ushered outside. I was led to a police cruiser where I found my little sister already seated holding a stuffy. The first and only thing she said to me was, "Poppy killed Mommy." That sentence has haunted my dreams for 3 decades. That morning marked the beginning of a long, painful journey, not just for me and my sister, but for everyone involved in the case. From the harrowing moments in the police cruiser to Russell's first hours in custody, the timeline reveals a mix of confusion, tragedy, and unanswered questions. The evidence of a struggle, the contradictory statements, and the mishandling of interviews with children all paint a complex picture that I'm still trying to understand. As the day unfolded, the medical examiner's early determination of homicide confirmed what my sister had already been telling everyone. Sitting in that police station hallway, waiting for CPS to take us to a foster home, the weight of the reality was just beginning to settle in. In the next episode, I'll dive deeper into what happened after that day, how the investigation unfolded, the challenges we faced in seeking justice, and how my family's life was forever changed.
At 7/9 of 93, 5:42 hours. Present is myself, Detective Walter Spokes, the Sedona Police Department. Investigator Jerry Saravo with the Yavapai County Attorney's Office. And Richard, can you full name?
My name is Russell Bennett Peterson.
Russell Bennett Peterson.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Russell, we're here to talk about the events of the night involving the death of your wife.
I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to be accused of murder, of anything like that. I picked up the gun. I put it in the holster. I put it back in the closet. I brought it back down, and I said, no, I mean, that's stupid. I mean, it's happened. There's nothing you can do about it at this point. What was the argument over? She had already been, like, brewing or stewing. Maybe it had to have to do with the fact that she spent an hour and a half or 2 hour conversation with Greg, her ex, whatever the case may be.
What is the fight over?
What are the words over? As she feels that I work too much and I put forth more at work than I do at my home life. I followed her into the bedroom.
Okay, Bob, why? Was he going to take the gun from her, or did you shoot her?
No, I did not.
Did she go in there and shoot herself?
No, I won't say she shot herself, and I won't say I shot her.
Let it happen during your struggle.
During our struggle.
As a side note, while preparing for this podcast, I did a records request on all audio and video files, including my interview and my little sister's. I want to emphasize how many times my little sister told law enforcement that Poppy killed Mommy, which, as I counted, is up to 13 times. I was unsuccessful in acquiring our audio due to the fact that we were minors, and in the future, if I want to acquire it, I will need a court order. My podcast is dedicated to telling a true story from my family's perspective. The case remains open and ongoing. Justice is still being sought. If you or anyone you know has information on my mother's case, you're encouraged to contact the Sedona Police Department at 928-282-3100. And I need to remind you that the person mentioned in this episode is innocent until proven guilty. I'm so grateful you're here with me on this journey. I honestly couldn't do this without you. This podcast is entirely independent. No ads, no sponsors, just me, telling my mother's story the only way I know how. Honestly. If this episode moved you, please consider sharing it, rating it, or following the show. Your support means more than you know. Join me next week as I continue to dig through the case file and uncover what happened next in the aftermath of my mother's death. Thank you for listening.
When I was diagnosed, all I wanted to do was get back to work. I wanted to get back to that trajectory that I was on prior to the cancer. I always felt like I had value, I had a place on the team. To just be treated with dignity, it means everything.
Research shows there is a significant connection between the ability to continue to work and cancer recovery. We can make work a better place for healing.
Learn more and sign the pledge at workingwithcancerpledge.com.